I'm talking to you from the third day of quarantine. All the schools, all the day homes, everything was going to be closed. Homeschooling our kids with very, very little notice. As a person who's been mostly working in an office, so I just wanted to talk about what approaches that we used, things that have worked and things that haven't worked. Just this easel. It was a little bit more expensive, but this thing's solid, like it's built like a tank. Today's lecture, we were talking a little bit about the COVID-19. What does it mean? How does it affect our bodies? Just for reference, my kid is in grade 1, the oldest, and the youngest is in a preschool. I set up a little calendar just up here, just so we can mark down the dates and know which one we're at currently. I could write special events and stuff on there. We were thinking about doing basically some activities here, like moving cards around. That was the plan. And then this area over here, the Costco table, for a lot of the main activities. So this will be like things related to crafts and stuff you can do on this table. It's easy to wipe down. And then for some of the writing, we have these kind of like silicone mat things. And then we have like a desk with a little drawer on the inside. And you can see like on the inside, I picked up some materials from Scholar's Choice. And these are really interesting. Like I like this one, the modern printing practice, because it starts off, it has some really basic writing exercises. This is for my pre-kindergarten one. And he's just writing, learning to write the words. But after he finishes one of these, I'll like sign it on the top, and then he'll get a sticker, and then the sticker progresses, and I'll get him some kind of prize by the time he finishes this. So it helps to motivate them. And then we have ones for beginning and end sounds, patterns and sequencing, numbers 1 to 20. And I like these. These ones are called like teacher-created resources, and I really like them. They're quite engaging for kids. I saw some other ones that were like big books, but they look kind of boring. In here, I've also got like a drawing book for the kids, and that's just white paper, right? So that they can draw some pictures and whatnot. This is just a collection of writing exercises on this side over here. Okay. Next up, a little bit about like how we organize the stationery. Peggy had this cool idea of why don't we just set up all the pencils and everything into trays that are kind of glued down onto this Lazy Susan. And from here, we can quickly reach any of the different tools. But for the most part, I just went and bought like another pack of these pencils. Like these pencils are fantastic. The Ticonderoga. You can buy them from Staples and most of the stores, but they're really easy for the kids to handle. I think these are the same ones that he uses at school. And then we had to get a different pencil sharpener. So we got the like X-Acto pencil sharpener. And that one's been really handy. Oh, you might be wondering about this one over here. Peggy's doing an exercise where essentially we're planting a couple different things. We'll turn on the light, and we'll see it grow over time. So this is kind of the nature exercise one. But then we have a couple other stationaries. So one is the pencils over here. So this one is where I keep most of the crayons if they need to do any types of drawings, which often they do. There's a lot of coloring that's needed. And then you saw like over here, this is our Osmo kit. So like the iPad goes on top of this one, and this is the pizza one. This is the travel, I can't remember. This is the travel mystery one. It's kind of like Carmen Sandiego. And then I really like how Peggy organized this so that there's two. So there's one bin for Milo, and then one bin for Ian underneath, so that we can put some of their bigger art projects that wouldn't normally fit into a binder. So in addition, I have like kind of a mini library, so some of our library books and stuff end up on this side. One of the things that we got, and so for this particular book, you can see there's like a bookmark in here, and it has like the finger, and I found that this has been really helpful for our oldest. With ADHD, you can just point to the exact word, and then I can read with him, and that makes a big difference. That one. And okay, lots of supplies. So this bin is the painting supplies. These are tempera tempera cakes that we can use. They dry out and then we can use them again. Let's just add a little bit of water. We have a little bit more painting supplies. It's a couple different brushes and stuff in this side. This is the drawing side. That's what this looks like. And some more arts and crafts. So this area is like all arts and crafts. So this one's beads. This one is, I think, Play-Doh. Whoops, come on, wake up. Back, this is Play-Doh. And then this one, the pipe cleaners, like different colors. It has most of the things that you would need for art projects. And then, of course, the construction paper and some additional papers down here. This is like this one's a tracing kit that we use on occasion. This is the 10-gram games, and the kids really like puzzles, so we've got like a bunch of different puzzles that you can play with here. And then we set up another one where this one's kind of the Lite-Brite thing. So this is the schedule for the kids, and I've tried to set it up just by each hour. So 9 a.m. they're going to do a basic writing and a little bit of reading. Then there's the learning activities, those books that I showed earlier. Then we have a creative activity at 11, lunch, followed by learning, and our son practices a little bit of Taekwondo, so either Taekwondo or music practice happens at that time. Then we have some reading, then followed by basically a little bit of playtime or snack. Then we go for a walk, usually around 4 p.m. We try to get our exercise in, and then some quiet playtime, so the kids can play with whichever toy they prefer around 5 p.m. And then 6 p.m. we have dinner, and we also do cleanup as well. And then 7 p.m. is kind of like a bath and story time. We try to follow the schedule as much as possible so they know what they need to do at all times. And so for the piano practice, we just do that right here, and so that it's just easier. And of course we have a couple hangers that show some of the kids' artwork. We haven't updated it in a while, but you know, that's for parent emergencies. And then on this side, and so this is, it just makes it really easy for us to point to stuff and show like where we're flying or which places in the world, and it's like right where our kitchen stuff all is. And then this used to be a container for all of the pens, but I had a little accident. So I guess the kids managed to open up this one today, which is like, this is like whiteboard eraser or something, and it just spilled everywhere, like all over his credit cards and stuff, and so then everything's wet. I have almost no experience as a teacher, so this is really kind of going straight into the fire. I think the first day I tried to be like very directive and like do this, and it didn't work very well. They were not interested, they weren't engaged, and I had trouble keeping their attention. So like today I tried a little bit more of a Socratic method, so I was just asking them questions. Can you breathe underwater? What would it take to breathe underwater? It's like, oh, like, because we're talking about the coronavirus and how it kind of floods the lungs, and so like, why do we need air? Why is air so important? How many holes do we have for air? What does air do? Why do we need it? Asking those kind of questions I found got them a lot more engaged, and a lot of this is just trial and error, but I've also had the opportunity to meet many teachers through my work. There's also the question of how do you manage the time and everything it takes. So Peggy will take care of the mornings, basically till noon, and I'll be working during those times, and then I'm mostly taking care of the afternoons. And so, but usually in the mornings I'll also do like a little bit of a carpet time, just that kind of lecture. So the lecture about COVID-19, that was something that I did kind of early in the morning, kind of around 9 o'clock. I know it's quite overwhelming for a lot of people, but just want to let you know that we're all going through the same things. I'm learning just like you guys are learning. I'm just beginning this journey, and who knows how long it's going to be, right? Like, we're just in day 3. This thing could be several months, and I'll kind of share what I learn as we go. If you are interested in a little bit more about this journey of homeschooling from somebody who has no background in homeschooling. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.